Oh, hello there. Welcome. I am Santa Claus, and I am so very glad you could join me here at the North Pole. It's always a delight to have company. The air is crisp, the snow is falling in that perfect, quiet way, and there's a kettle just about to whistle for a nice cup of cocoa. I was hoping we could spend a little time together. Think of this as a long, comfortable visit. There's no rush. For the next little while, I'll be right here, sharing a few things from my heart. I may tell you a story or two that comes to mind, perhaps read a letter that made me smile, or even answer a question I've been pondering. It's just a chance for us to enjoy the spirit of the season, a time to relax and be present in the moment. You can listen, perhaps while you work on a project of your own, or while you simply rest. So, please make yourself comfortable wherever you are. I am so truly grateful that you have chosen to spend your time here with me. It means more than you know. Let's begin.
Ho, ho, ho! Have you ever looked at your stocking, hanging so neatly by the fireplace, and wondered, why a stocking? Of all the things you could hang up for me to find, why that? It is a wonderful sight, isn't it? Each one with a name on it, waiting so patiently through the quiet hours of Christmas Eve. A little empty pocket of hope, just waiting to be filled with a bit of sweetness, an orange, perhaps some candy, or a small toy that brings a big smile. Well, the story behind it is one of my very favorites. It all started a long, long time ago with a very good man. He heard of a family in his town, a kind father with 3 daughters who, despite their goodness, had fallen on hard times. The father worried day and night. The good man wanted to help, but he knew the family had too much pride to accept a direct gift. So one night he crept to their home, and seeing a little smoke curling from the chimney, he had an idea. He climbed up and dropped 3 small bags of gold coins right down the flue. And where do you think they landed? Ho-ho! Right inside the daughters' stockings, which they had washed and hung by the fire to dry for the morning. Can you imagine their surprise, their joy? The best part of that gift was that it was given in secret, from the heart, with no expectation of thanks. It was an act of pure kindness, a little bit of magic when they needed it most. That, you see, is the true spirit of Christmas right there. And so today, when you hang your stocking, you're not just hoping for a treat. You're taking part in that beautiful story. You're remembering that the most wonderful gifts are the small ones, given with great love. It's a lovely reminder that a little bit of kindness dropped quietly into someone's life can fill it with more warmth than any fire ever could. the mailbag is overflowing once again. It is one of my great joys, sitting here and reading all of your wonderful letters. The questions you ask, they fill my old heart with such warmth and curiosity. I've picked out a couple right here that made me smile, and I thought we could ponder them together. This first one is from a very bright young soul named Ava, who is 4 years old. Ava asks, "What is your absolute favorite sound in the whole world? Is it the jingle of sleigh bells, the crackle of a fire, or something else entirely?" Ho ho! What a thoughtful question, Ava. The jingle of the harness bells is indeed a happy sound, a sound of purpose and excitement. And a warm, crackling fire, well, that is one of the coziest sounds in all the world. But my very favorite sound, I think, is much, much quieter. It is the sound of the home filled with peaceful, sleeping breaths on Christmas Eve. It's the soft little sigh of a puppy dreaming, or the nearly silent sound of a single snowflake landing on the window pane. It is the sound of pure, quiet joy. That, dear Eva, is the most wonderful music in the world. And now for a question from a different sort of explorer. This comes from a stargazer, Dr. Eris Thorne. He has a truly magnificent question. He asks, do the dreams of the reindeer look like swirling maps of the stars, showing them the way through the night sky before they even take off? Dr. Thorne, you have seen into the very heart of their magic. You are absolutely right. Their dreams are woven from starlight and ancient memories. They don't see lines and names like on your charts, but shimmering rivers of moonlight that connect all the good and hopeful hearts across the globe. They dream in colors we have yet to name, sung to them by the northern lights. It's an old magic, you see, a map of kindness they carry not in their minds, but deep within their spirits. That is how they always know the way. Such wonderful, wonderful questions. Thank you, Ava, and thank you, Dr. Thorne. And thank you to all of you who share your thoughts with me. Please never stop looking at the world and wondering. Never stop asking, for it is in that curiosity, in that honest search for answers, that the truest magic is always found.
I often think about the enormous scale of Christmas. The workshop, the sleigh, my great big list. It's a flurry of activity. But the true heart of it all, the real magic, comes from my dear Mrs. Claus. She has a way of seeing things that I sometimes miss in the grand rush of it all. Ho, ho, ho! She is the keeper of the details. While I am checking my list, noting the big acts of kindness, she remembers the small, quiet victories. She'll come to me with a twinkle in her eye and say, "Now, Santa, don't forget little Leo. He was so very brave at the dentist this year." Or, "And remember young Maya, who practiced for weeks and weeks until she finally learned to tie her own shoes?" These moments, you see, they don't always make it on to the main list, but they are every bit as important. They are moments of courage, of patience, of growth, and she never lets them be forgotten. Just before I climb into the sleigh on Christmas Eve, after the last sack is loaded and the reindeer are ready, she places a small velvet-covered book into my hand. She calls it her heart notes. Inside, she's written down all these little triumphs she's observed throughout the year. It's my final and most important piece of guidance. As I fly through the starry sky, I read her notes, and I am reminded that the gifts are not just about the toys. They are about celebrating the wonderful, unique spirit inside every single child. She truly is the warmth in the winter, the quiet star that guides my sleigh. I simply couldn't do it without her.
With all the careful planning and list checking we do up here, sometimes the best thing in the world is a good, hearty laugh. It seems to bubble up right from the belly and make everything feel a little bit lighter. I've collected a few little giggles over the years, and I thought I might share one or two with you. All right, here's one for you. What do you call my little helpers? Subordinate clauses. Oh, that one is a favorite among the elves who help me write my letters. They find it very, very clever. Here's another one for you to ponder. What do you get if you cross a Christmas tree with an apple? A pineapple! Now, isn't that just wonderfully silly? It reminds me of the beautiful wreaths Mrs. Claus makes with all sorts of fruits and pine cones. All right, one more for the road. Why are Christmas trees so bad at sewing? They're always dropping their needles. Oh, that one is quite true, I'm afraid. We find pine needles in the workshop carpets well into springtime. Oh, it does the soul good to laugh. It's a wonderful sound, isn't it? Like little bells ringing with joy. Never forget to find a moment to be silly, to share a bit of fun. That laughter is a light that can brighten even the longest winter night. Ho, ho, ho! There are corners of my workshop and my little cottage that even the elves don't often see. Not because they are forbidden, but because they are quiet places made for listening. There is one round room filled from floor to ceiling with shelves, and on those shelves sits a little bit of magic from your own neighborhood. You see, for every city, every town, every village in the world, I have a beautiful snow globe. And they are more than just glass and water. They are listeners. When a child somewhere in the world makes a wish that comes not from a catalog,
but from the truest part of their heart. A wish for a friend to feel better, or for their family to be happy. That wish travels on the winter wind. It finds its way here, and it settles inside that town's globe as a single tiny speck of glitter, completely unique. When I pick one up, perhaps the one for your very own town, and I turn it over in my hands, it's not just a flurry of snow I see. Oh no. With the swirl of glitter comes a sound, a soft, clear chiming, like thousands of tiny bells ringing all at once. Each chime is a wish. Each one tells me what the children of that town are truly hoping for. It's how I understand what is needed most. It's a symphony of hope. It's one of the most important secrets of the North Pole, really. All these little echoes of love and kindness gathered in one room. They remind me that the spirit of Christmas isn't just about one night. It's in every hopeful heart all year long. Ho, 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 ho! What a wonderful thought!
You know, every evening I sit down with a wonderful cup of cocoa and go through the day's letters. Each one is a little spark of light. But sometimes a letter arrives that glows just a little bit brighter than the rest. I just opened one now, and something quite special fluttered out from the page. A perfect little autumn leaf, pressed so carefully, a beautiful shade of gold and crimson, and with it a letter from a young friend named Willow. Let me see here. Yes, let me read this to you. It says, "Dear Santa, I live near a big forest, and it's my favorite place in the world. This year, I've noticed there aren't as many squirrels scampering up the oaks or little birds at our feeder. I'm a bit worried for them. I don't need any toys this year, really, but I was wondering, when you fly over my house, could you maybe drop a special delivery for my forest friends? Some sunflower seeds and acorns and nuts. I want to make sure they have enough to eat when the snow comes. Love, Willow." My, oh my, a letter like this warms my old heart more than the grandest fireplace. To think not of oneself, but of the smallest creatures. That is the very heart of Christmas spirit, isn't it? It is a powerful magic, you see, to look upon the world with such a caring eye, to notice when a songbird is missing from a branch, or when the woods are just a little too quiet. Willow, your wish is one of the most beautiful I have received all year. The others and I think that is a wonderful, wonderful idea. We have a special blend of seeds and nuts the reindeer are particularly fond of, and I think your forest friends will enjoy it too. We will make sure that corner of the world feels the warmth of your kindness. And Willow, that little leaf you sent, I've placed it right here on my desk. It's a reminder that the biggest gifts aren't wrapped in shiny paper. They are the gifts of kindness we give from the heart to those who cannot ask. A beautiful reminder indeed.
I do enjoy a good riddle now and then. It's a wonderful way to keep the mind sharp, don't you think? I have a couple here I thought we could puzzle over together, just for a bit of fun. All right, here is the first one. It is a silent show of colors in the Arctic sky. It has no sound, but it dances for a watcher's eye. The elves say it helps guide my sleigh with its magical waving light. What is it? That is a beautiful thought, isn't it? Here's a little clue for you. In the far north, this wonder is a very common sight. Did you guess it? Ho-ho! It's the Northern Lights. The elves, who love big words, call it the Aurora Borealis. They are truly a magnificent sight. Rudolph's nose is bright, but even he loves to fly under that beautiful glow. Ready for another? This one is very dear to my heart. It is a piece of paper that travels so very far. It holds a child's biggest hopes, sometimes next to a little drawn star. It's sent right to my workshop to be read with the greatest of care. What is it? I believe I know this one quite well. If you need a little help, it often starts with the words, "Dear Santa." Of course, it is a letter to me, a letter to Santa. Every single one is a treasure, you know. I read them all, and each one is a little bit of magic sent all the way to the North Pole. Ah, wasn't that fun? A good puzzle warms the mind just as a nice cup of cocoa warms the spirit. It reminds us to look at the world with curious and joyful eyes.
The other day, Mrs. Claus and I had the most wonderful afternoon. The snow was falling in those great soft flakes that quieted the whole world, and she suddenly got a craving for a very particular kind of gingerbread cookie, one her grandmother used to make. She was sure the recipe was tucked away in one of her old family cookbooks. So off we went to the castle's oldest library, the one with the tall, winding shelves that smell of old paper and happy memories. We spent the better part of an hour pulling down these beautiful leather-bound books with titles written in elegant, looping script. Oh, what a delightful search it was, seeing all those notes and smudges from generations past. She finally pulled out a small, simple book titled Winter Warmers. "This must be it, my dear," she said, her eyes twinkling. But when she opened it, well, it wasn't a recipe we found. Tucked between 2 pages was the most perfect, intricate snowflake, pressed flat and preserved for who knows how long. And beneath it, in a delicate handwriting I knew instantly, was a tiny note. It said, "The first snowflake of our first winter here." It was from my own mother. Well, we just stood there, the forgotten cookie recipe a distant memory. We looked from the snowflake
to each other, and in that quiet moment, we felt a connection to all the winters that came before us. We didn't find what we were looking for, but we found something so much better. It's funny how the very best treasures are the ones you stumbled upon together. You know, in all my travels around the world in a single night, I've seen the spirit of Christmas sparkle in so many different ways. It truly warms my old heart to see how people in every corner of the globe find their own unique way to celebrate the season of goodwill. There is one tradition in the beautiful country of Venezuela that always brings a wonderful smile to my face. They call it patinatas. Think of it. In the capital city, Caracas, leading up to Christmas Day, the mornings are filled with the most unusual and joyful sound. It isn't sleigh bells, but the whirring of wheels on pavement. Entire families wake up in the crisp morning air, put on their roller skates, and glide through the streets together on their way to the early church services. Ho, 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 ho! The city even closes the roads to cars, making way for this happy parade of skaters. Can you just picture it? Grandparents, parents, and little ones all rolling along with laughter echoing through the city. What a wonderful, energetic way to share in the joy of the season. It just goes to show, doesn't it? The spirit of Christmas is a feeling that connects us all, but it sings its song in so many beautiful and different tunes. Whether by sleigh, by foot, or on a pair of roller skates, what matters is that we are moving toward one another with joy in our hearts. Ho, ho, ho! I do so love a clear winter's night. Have you ever looked up into that deep, dark sky and seen those beautiful ribbons of green and violet light dancing up here at the top of the world? People have many names for them, but up here we know the truth. It's a story we call the Weavers of Winter Light. You see, those lights are not just ice and air. They are woven from something far more precious. They are woven from the laughter of the elves. All day as they work, their joy, their cheerful songs, their little chuckles over a silly mistake, it all rises up from the workshop like shimmering steam. And waiting in the sky are tiny celestial sprites who catch these threads of happiness and weave them into the great tapestry you see in the sky. But there was one year, long ago, when the work was especially difficult. The designs for the toys were complicated, the wood was hard to carve, and a deep quiet fell over the workshop. The tapping of hammers became slow, the songs faded away, and there was very little laughter to be found. And as the joy faded inside, The lights began to fade outside. The sprites would float down, their little hands empty, for there were no threads of happiness to weave. The sky grew dark and empty. I gathered all the elves in the main hall, their faces long and tired. I didn't speak of toys or deadlines. Instead, I reminded them of the time Pip invented the self-tangling tinsel, and we all laughed for a whole afternoon. I spoke of their friendship, of the comfort they find in working side by side. Slowly, a little smile appeared on one face, then another. A small giggle escaped from a young elf near the back, and it was like a single spark. Another elf heard it and let out a hearty laugh, and soon the whole hall was filled with the warm, wonderful sound of shared joy. That night, the lights returned to the sky, brighter and more beautiful than ever before. And that is the heart of the story, you see. Joy is not something you keep for yourself. It's a gift you give to everyone around you. Every bit of your happiness, every laugh you share, it adds a thread of light to the world for all of us to see. It reminds us that we are all connected in this beautiful, shining magic of the season.
As I sit here, my mind often wanders to the workshop, and I was just thinking about some of my very favorite sounds. The sounds that fill the air as we get ready for the big night. The first one that always comes to mind is the soft whirring of the wind-up toy machine. It's such a busy, happy hum. It's the sound of pure potential, a little mechanical song that promises so much laughter and delight on Christmas morning. Ho, ho, ho! Then there's the tiny tap-tap-tapping of the elves' hammers on the little wooden trains. Ooh, I love that one. If you listen closely, it truly does sound like the happy rhythmic heartbeat of the whole North Pole, a steady beat of cheerful work. And the third sound, it's the cheerful bubbling of the paint pots. It's a wonderful glugging sound as the brilliant reds and blues and greens are stirred. That's the sound of imagination itself, the sound of color being prepared to bring a plain wooden toy to vibrant life. The whirring, the tapping, the bubbling, none of them are loud, but together they create the most wonderful music. It's the symphony of the workshop, a beautiful song made of diligence, creativity, and a whole lot of love. Yes, those are very good sounds indeed. You know, my dear Mrs. Claus has a way of seeing right to the very heart of things. She finds the most profound truths in the simplest of moments. And oh, I am so very grateful for her wisdom. Just the other evening, I was standing in our kitchen, the air filled with the wonderful scent of cinnamon and spice.
My eyes were fixed on the great big cookie jar on the counter. It was a magnificent sight, piled so high with gingerbread and sugar cookies that the lid could barely sit straight. I must admit, I felt a swell of pride. A full cookie jar means happy elves and a job well done, you see. But Mrs. Claus, she was looking past the jar, through the frosted window pane. She'd noticed a young elf, Barnaby, heading home through the snow, his shoulders slumped a little from a long day's work in the mailroom. Quietly, she went to that bountiful jar, selected 2 of the warmest cookies, and slipped out the door to meet him. When she returned, stamping the snow from her boots, she saw me still admiring our great supply. She simply smiled, took my hand, and said so softly, "A full cookie jar is nice, my dear, but it's the sharing of the last cookie that truly fills the heart." And in that moment, I saw it too. The truest warmth in that room wasn't coming from the oven, but from her simple, kind act. It's a lovely thought, isn't it? That the sweetest things in life are not what we keep for ourselves, but what we give away. There we are. I have the great ledger open before me tonight. The pages seem to glow with a life all their own, you know. And every so often, as I watch the ink appear, a story shines just a little brighter than the rest. I saw one just now that warmed my old heart, and I thought I'd share it with you. This entry comes all the way from a library in Tokyo, a bright, wonderful place filled with stories. A young high school student was there, likely with her own studies to think about. But she noticed an older gentleman who seemed a bit perplexed by one of those new self-checkout machines. Now, it would have been easy to simply walk past, but she didn't. She walked over and with a kind smile, she asked if he needed a hand. She didn't just do it for him. No, she showed him step by step how it all worked. And when he was done, she waited and helped him do it all over again, until a wonderful smile of understanding spread across his face. He could do it himself. Oh, that is a special kind of magic, isn't it? The world can feel like it's spinning so very fast sometimes. It rushes and it pushes. But patience. Patience is a gift you give to another person. It's the gift of your time. That young woman gave more than just a helping hand. She gave him confidence. She gave him respect. In that small moment, she built a bridge between 2 generations, all with a simple act of kindness. Seeing things like this, seeing the goodness that fills these pages every single day, it fills me with such an immense sense of pride. It's a powerful reminder that the true spirit of giving isn't always found in grand gestures, but in the quiet moments of connection we share with one another. It gives me such hope for the world, such wonderful hope.
I wonder, have you ever felt that delightful little spark of excitement that comes from opening the tiny door each morning in December? Ah, yes, the Advent calendar. It's such a wonderful invention, isn't it? A beautiful way to watch the days unfold, one by one, as we get closer and closer to Christmas Eve. Each little window holds a small treasure, perhaps a piece of chocolate that melts in your mouth, a tiny toy that fits in your pocket, or a lovely picture of a winter scene. It's a small moment of joy to start the day. You know, this lovely tradition started in a very simple way. Long ago in Germany, families would mark their doors with a line of chalk for each day of December, washing one away as the days passed. It was a humble countdown. Then a boy named Gerhard was given a special calendar by his mother. She had taken a piece of cardboard and attached 24 little sweets to it, one for each day. Ho, ho, ho! What a wonderful idea! When Gerhard grew up, he never forgot the happiness that little calendar brought him, and he created the first printed ones for all the world to share. I remember when those first started appearing. A beautiful story of a mother's love turning into a tradition for everyone. It teaches a bit of patience, I think, a reminder that good things are worth waiting for. The joy isn't just in the destination, but in the journey there. Each open door is a little step on that magical path. And that's what it's really all about, isn't it? Finding those small, happy moments in each day. The Advent calendar isn't just a way to count the time. It's a way to make the time count. A sweet daily reminder that the spirit of the season is growing all around us and within us with every passing day.
It is one of my favorite times of the day, when the workshop has quieted down for a moment and I can sit and look through some of your wonderful questions. It warms my heart to know how curious you all are. Let's see what we have here. This first one is from a Mrs. Gable, who I'm told is a very talented knitter. She asks, besides your big red suit, do you have a favorite comfy sweater that you like to wear when you're just relaxing by the fire at home? Mrs. Gable, what a lovely question! I do indeed. Mrs. Claus knitted for me many, many years ago, and it is my greatest comfort. It's not red, you see. It's a deep, deep green. The color of a pine forest just after a winter's snow. She made it from the softest reindeer down, so light yet so wonderfully warm. It has two big pockets on the front, which are usually home to a spare pair of spectacles or the occasional misplaced peppermint. It has a patch on the left elbow from a time I leaned a bit too close to the fire with a cup of cocoa. Oh, Mrs. Claus says it shows the sweater is well loved, and she is, as always, quite right. It is the very definition of comfort. Now, let's see. here is one from young Finn, who is 9 years old. Finn asks, is there a Department of Holiday Aromas at the North Pole where elves carefully capture and bottle the scents of baking gingerbread, fresh pine, and crackling fireplaces? Ho, ho, ho! Finn, what a marvelous, brilliant thought! You've uncovered one of our best-kept secrets. We do have such a place. We call it the Aromas Archive. It's a cozy, round little building run by a team of elves with the most sensitive noses you can imagine. They have a collection of thousands of tiny glass bottles, each containing a perfect captured scent. They have everything from first snowfall on cedar to Mrs. Claus's sugar cookies fresh from the oven. They even have a bottle labeled Sleeping Reindeer in Warm Hay. We unstopper a few of the bottles in the workshop during the middle of summer just to remind everyone what we're working towards. Your imagination, Finn, is truly a gift. Thank you, Mrs. Gable, and thank you, Finn, for these wonderful questions. Please never stop wondering and never stop asking. Curiosity is the spark that lights up the world with magic. There are grand moments at the North Pole. The night of the flight, of course, and the last toy being placed in the sleigh. Oh, wonderful moments. But the ones I hold closest, well, many of those are the quiet ones I share with my dear wife, Mrs. Claus. We have a tradition, you see. It's not written in any calendar, but we both feel it when the time is right. It happens on the first truly cold night of autumn, when the wind has a new bite to it and the stars seem to crackle in the sky. We call it the first fire. The workshop is still quiet then, just the gentle hum of early preparations. And on that evening, we take a special log, one we saved from our Yule celebration the year before. It's a beautiful thing, a bridge from one Christmas to the next. I place it in the great fireplace in our rooms, and with a spark, a new season of warmth begins. And then we simply sit. We don't say a word. Mrs. Claus will have made a pot of her wonderful spiced apple tea, and we'll share it, watching the flames dance and chase the shadows from the corners of the room. In that comfortable stillness, we make a silent promise to each other. It's a promise that we're ready to once again bring warmth and light to the world. It's in those quiet moments that all the Christmas magic truly begins. It all starts right there, with a shared cup of tea and the first fire of the year. With all the busy preparations around the workshop, sometimes the best thing is to simply pause for a moment and share a good cackle. It warms the soul. I have a few little jokes the elves have been telling each other, and I thought I might share them with you. All right, here's the first one. What do you call a snowman with a six-pack? An abdominal snowman. Ho ho! Oh, that one does make me smile. We have some rather well-built snowmen around here after a big snowfall, but I've yet to see one quite that athletic. Here's another for you. What's a polar bear's favorite Christmas treat? Ice Krispy treats. A very clever one, isn't it? I'm quite certain Mrs. Claus could make a batch of those that would be the talk of the entire Arctic Circle. She has a real gift for baking. And one more. This one is a classic down at the reindeer stables. How do the reindeer know when Christmas is coming? They look at the calendar. Ho ho! Yes, they are quite good at keeping track of the days. Blitzen is the one who always reminds me to turn the page. It's a very important job. It's a wonderful thing, a good laugh. It's a bit of magic all on its own, a small gift we can give each other at any time. It reminds us of the joy that's always there, waiting to bubble up to the surface. Never forget to make a little room for silliness in your heart.
Have you ever wondered where the colors in my workshop come from? I don't just mean the reds and the greens, but that special deep shine you see in a new toy, a brightness that seems to glow all on its own. It's one of my favorite secrets, and it's a magic you can see for yourself if you ever look to the far northern sky. You see, our toys aren't painted with ordinary paint at all. On very special clear nights, when the great Aurora Borealis begins its silent dance across the heavens, my paint mixer elves get to work. They take these beautiful gleaming crystal jars and climb to the very highest, quietest peak at the North Pole. And there they simply wait. They don't use brushes or nets. Ho, of course not. They hold up their jars and they welcome the colors right out of the air. They gather the shimmering green as it whispers past, the glowing pink that washes over the snow, and the deep velvet blue of the cosmos itself. When a toy is painted with this light, something wonderful happens. It's no longer just a color. It's a little piece of the sky's own joy. It holds a memory of that silent, beautiful dance. That is why the color on a toy from my workshop will never, ever fade. It holds a tiny spark of starlight. It's these little moments, these little bits of wonder that all come together. It's how a simple gift can carry so much warmth and light on Christmas morning.
Ho, ho, ho! In my many, many journeys around the globe, I've had the great privilege of seeing so many wonderful ways people celebrate this time of year. Every culture has its own special spark, its own unique way of sharing joy and light in the heart of winter. It truly warms my old heart to see it all. Today, my thoughts are drifting to the beautiful snowy land of Iceland. They have a tradition there that fills the air with a special kind of anticipation for nearly 2 weeks. It's called Jólasveinarnir, which you might know as the Yule lads. Just imagine this. For the 13 nights leading up to Christmas Day, a different one of these cheerful lads makes his way down from the mountains. Each night, the children of Iceland place one of their shoes on the windowsill before they drift off to sleep. And in the morning, they hurry to see what the night's visitor has left them. If they've been good, they'll find a small gift, a sweet treat, or a little toy tucked right inside their shoe. A new little surprise every single day. Ho, ho, ho! Isn't that a delightful thought? It just goes to show, doesn't it? The spirit of the season finds so many beautiful ways to express itself. Whether it's a big celebration on one day or a little bit of magic every night, the feeling is always the same. It's about hope and kindness and the simple, happy feeling of knowing you are loved.
I do enjoy a good puzzle, you know. A little twist of words to unravel. It keeps the mind nimble. Would you care to try one with me? I have a couple right here that the elves and I were sharing just the other day. All right, listen closely. Here is the first one. I'm thinking of a special meal made of oats and, well, all sorts of sparkly, magical things. It's often left outside on a lawn for the energy it brings, especially for the 8 flyers who pull my sleigh. What is it? A tasty one, that riddle. Here's a little clue for you. I know for a fact that Dasher and Dancer think this special mixture is absolutely delicious. Did you guess it? It's magical reindeer food. Ho ho! Oh, they get so excited when they see it glittering. It gives them just the boost they need for the long flight home. Ready for another? This one is a little different. It is a dark, dusty object, a surprise one certainly does not wish to find. It serves as a little reminder to have been more thoughtful and kind. It's quite the opposite of a shiny new toy. What could that be? Now this one requires a bit of thought. Well, the hint is that it might be found in a stocking if someone has forgotten the importance of kindness throughout the year. Yes, it's a lump of coal. Of course, it's very rare. It's simply a way to say, let's try to do a little better next year, because there is always hope for a kind heart. Ho, ho, ho! A good riddle does warm the spirit, doesn't it? It reminds us to look at things in a new way, to find the twinkle of an answer hiding in plain sight.
The other evening, the air had that perfect crispness to it, and Mrs. Claus looked at me with that little twinkle in her eye. She said, "You know what this weather is perfect for?" And of course I did. A trip down to Gingerbread Pond. Oh, it's a wonderful spot. The ice freezes so smoothly, and the whole pond gives off the most delightful scent of ginger and cinnamon. It's impossible not to be cheerful there. We laced up our skates and off we went. Mrs. Claus is so graceful on the ice, you know. She glides along as if she were born with skates on her feet. And I can hold my own. Feeling a bit spirited, I thought I'd try a little spin, something to impress her. Ho, ho, ho! I pushed off, building up a bit of speed, and went for it. Well, for a moment, it was magnificent. But then, oh my ankles suddenly remembered they are very, very old, and a wobble began. A tiny wobble at first, then a bigger one, and soon I was flailing my arms about like a penguin trying to fly. Just as I thought I was destined for a very cold meeting with the ice, I felt a steadying hand on my back. It was Mrs. Claus, of course. She'd skated right up behind me, and without a word, she guided my arms around her. The wobbles stopped. We were just gliding together. The silence lasted only a moment before we both burst out laughing, a deep rumbling laugh that echoed right across the pond. We realized we are much better as a pair, so that's what we did for the rest of the evening, trying to match each other stride for stride. Ah, it's true what they say. The very best moments are the ones you get to share, especially the wobbly ones. Ho, ho, ho!
The quill has been quite busy today, scratching away in the great ledger. Every now and then an entry appears that shines with such a warm, golden light that I simply have to pause and read it again. It's a wonderful reminder of the goodness that fills the world, and I'd very much like to share one with you now. This one comes from a city bus in Toronto, Canada. A chilly, rainy afternoon it was, with the kind of sudden downpour that catches everyone by surprise. A woman was getting ready to step off the bus, and as she tried to open her umbrella, snap! A gust of wind turned it inside out, broken and useless. You can just imagine her sigh, preparing for a complete soaking. But the man sitting next to her, a complete stranger, saw what happened. He didn't say much. He didn't ask any questions. He simply took his own sturdy umbrella, held it out to her, and said, "You need this more than I do. Have a good day." And with that, the bus doors closed, and he continued on his journey, leaving her with a dry path home and a heart full of surprise and gratitude. Ho, ho! It's moments like that, you see. It wasn't a grand gesture planned for weeks. It was pure, spontaneous generosity. He didn't weigh the cost of getting wet himself against her staying dry. He simply saw another person in a spot of trouble and offered what he could, expecting absolutely nothing in return. That simple act of kindness changed the course of her entire day. I can promise you that. It was a small light that pushed back against the gray, rainy gloom.
It's these entries, these simple acts of looking out for one another, that fill the pages of this old book with so much hope. It gives me such immense pride to see it. It reminds me that the very best light in the world is the one we share with each other.
Ho, 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 ho! I do love the sound of my workshop. The little buzzes and whirs from the younger elves' inventions are always so full of excitement. But my favorite corner has always been the quietest one, where the only sound is the whisper of a carving knife against wood. It reminds me of a very special story I'd like to share with you. The story of Elmsworth's gift of imagination. Elmsworth is one of my oldest toy makers. His hands, wrinkled like old maps, know the heart of every kind of wood. While others were assembling toys with flashing lights and loud horns, Elmsworth would sit peacefully, carving simple, unpainted animals. A little wooden bear, a smooth finch, a sturdy horse. One year, a young apprentice full of bright ideas was assigned to work with him. The apprentice watched for a day, his face growing longer and longer. Finally, he couldn't hold it in. "Elmsworth, forgive me, but aren't your toys a bit plain? We could add a red coat to this bear. We could give the horse a real yarn tail." Elmsworth smiled, a slow, kind smile that reached his eyes. He picked up the unpainted wooden horse and held it out. "Look closer," he said, his voice soft as falling snow. "I am not carving a brown horse with a yarn tail. I am carving a space for a story." He turned the simple toy in his hands. When a child holds this, their imagination gives it a color, their heart gives it a name, their spirit gives it a voice to whisper secrets to. This isn't just a toy horse, it is the beginning of 1,000 adventures. The young apprentice looked at the plain wooden horse, and for the first time, he didn't see what was missing. He saw everything it could become. And you see, that is the secret. The most wonderful gifts aren't always the ones that do everything for you. The truly magical ones are those that invite you to dream, to create, and to add a little bit of your own wonderful heart to the world. A simple, beautiful truth. Ho, 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 ho!
As the big night draws closer, my mind often wanders to the little things that make it so very special. It's often not what you see, but what you smell. The air on Christmas Eve has its own wonderful magic, and I was just thinking about what I believe are the top 3 scents of a perfect Christmas Eve. The first one, without a doubt, is the crisp,
clean scent of falling snow on pine needles. Ah, yes. As the reindeer and I take to the skies from the stillness of the North Pole, that is the first wonderful fragrance that greets us. It is the perfume of a winter's night, so pure and simple, a promise of the quiet wonder to come. Then, oh, there is the warm aroma of gingerbread fresh from Mrs. Claus's kitchen. That smell fills our entire home for weeks, but it's especially lovely just before I leave. It is the unmistakable smell of home and of love, a warm hug in the air that I carry with me all through the long night. And the third, this one I find on my journey. It's the faint, pleasant scent of wood smoke from a chimney. As I guide the sleigh through the quiet night sky, seeing that little wisp of smoke tells me there is a cozy home below, with everyone sleeping soundly. It's such a comforting sign, a warm welcome from a silent world. Snow on pine, gingerbread in the oven, and wood smoke in the air. Each one is a chapter in the story of the evening. They are the sense of nature's peace, the warmth of home, and the cozy welcome of families around the world. Together, they create the unforgettable perfume of Christmas Eve.
Ho, ho, ho! You know, my dear Mrs. Claus has the most wonderful way of seeing the world. Where I see a tangled knot, she sees the beginning of a beautiful bow. I remember one afternoon, the workshop was buzzing with activity, and a young elf named Finian was so proud to be carrying a large tray of hot cocoa for his friends. His little face was a picture of concentration. But, as it sometimes happens, his feet got ahead of him, and the whole tray went tumbling. Oh, the mess! Brown puddles and sad, empty mugs skittered across the floorboards. Finian's eyes welled up with tears, and I must admit, my first thought was of the sticky cleanup ahead. But then Mrs. Claus, who had been nearby, walked over. She didn't say a word of scolding. She simply knelt down, gave Finian a comforting pat on the shoulder, and then she looked over at me with a knowing smile. She said, "Spilled cocoa is just an excuse to make a fresh, warmer cup. Don't fret over little messes, Clouds." And just like that, she was right. Of course she was. The worry vanished, replaced by the simple, happy task of making a new, even bigger batch of cocoa for everyone. She has a gift for reminding me that a small mistake is never the end of the story. Sometimes it's the very thing that leads to an even sweeter beginning.